Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of creatnprocess. In today's video, we'll look at how we can create low poly vector art in Adobe Illustrator. We'll be creating out this vector illustration of a bird, and we'll be creating out this nice bird using the basic shapes and applying some shades of color to give the 3D feel. After that, we'll create out this scene where we'll be creating out this illustration of an insect and the leafy background. So everything is in vector. This work is inspired from the work of an artist whose work is really amazing. I just saw it and I wanted to recreate this design just to show you how we can create it in our way. So the artist's name is Jeremy Edelbert. His collection of work is amazing. He's got a Behance account where you can see his latest work, and you can follow him in Instagram as well. And in the Instagram page I saw all of his work, and it's really amazing. It's fantastic. The color combination, the style he create is so catchy and so clean. The color he uses is very bright and very like fresh. So I really love his style of designing. I come across with his design, this low poly design, where he created a series of elements where he created a bird, a dragonfly, like a small dog and crab. So he created out all his work in the low poly, and it looks amazing. So when I saw this, I just wanted to recreate it, and I just want to create a video on this just to look at how we can achieve this style of design in Adobe Illustrator. If you want to check out his account, you can find the link in the description. I have just shared it in the description, so just go and check out his work. It's really great. Let's see if we can create it in Adobe Illustrator, keep maintaining its feel, depth and detail. So I'll be creating this bird, and then we'll be creating this insect with the leafy background. So first of all, to create this design, we need if you have a concept, you can just bring into Photoshop. So I just wanted to do some research, and I just did some sketches in Photoshop. So here are some of the sketches I have created. I used the pen tablet and I just sketched out a few birds. This one sitting bird, and then this sitting bird. This 3 sketches. So first of all, what I did is using the sketch, I created this vector design. It's the same color combination. I have used this color shades which I have created, and you can use this color shades to create any design. So it's basically the if you check out his work, you can see his color sense is really great. I really love his color combination used in each of their designs. So I took it as a reference and bring out that color shade. So here is the color palette. So we'll be using this color palette and create out another design just like this, and show you how we can use this color shades and create an iconic design in Illustrator just like 3D feel. So the same goes in this design as well. If you check out, it's really detailed and it's look like it's high quality renders. It's all of these are basic shapes. We have created this basic shape and applied the shades of color, and just applying those color, you got these depth in the object. So we'll be creating on this poly vector art using these shapes and the color shades. So let's begin. So before we go further, I want to thank today's sponsor for this video, Yellow Images. They have been a great help by supporting this channel. Yellow Images is a marketplace for packaging, apparel or any other ready-to-go mockups. With an exclusive collection of more than 36,000 product mockups, you can find a perfect fit for almost any project. Additionally, you can also find other digital products such as unique rendered fonts, 360 PNG images, and creative store designers resources such as picture sets, brushes, and more. If you use Yellow Images mockups to present your idea, it takes only a few minutes to make a real-life looking presentation. Their mockups comes in high resolution with great lighting, shadows, and texture that gives you a realistic feel to your design. Normally, you have to spend hours looking for mockups and other digital assets on free stocks. Yellow Images library, on the other hand, is extensive and is updated daily. So at their marketplace, you can find anything you want. By the way, just for you guys, I have asked Yellow Images for 30% discount, and they have given me 200 coupons that you can claim today. These coupons are limited, so first come first serve. So get your 30% off with a coupon CREATNP. The link is in the description, so just go and check it out if there's something that you can use in your next project. So let's continue with the tutorial. To begin, I'll just bring in our sketches. I'll be using this original sketch so that I'll show you the exact design, how well it can be created. So here is our design, here's our sketch. So first thing we're gonna do is to trace out in basic shapes in a low poly format. So I'll just lock this, Command Control 2, and with selecting the pen tool, let's trace it out. So let's begin with the top. So first of all, if you see over here, each section has been divided into squares and triangles. So let's do that. So now selecting with the pen tool, let's trace it out. So first thing, I'll just draw the base. So click. So we're just drawing out some shapes, this, and just finishing it off over here. And just maintain the shape, just zoom it in and make sure it's forming a nice diamond shape for the first design, and make sure that they are in outline format. So I'll just make it to outline. Now selecting the pen tool, we'll just draw out the rest of the design. So and just like that. So same goes over here, and just make that shape rectangle, and we'll continue and draw out more other shapes just like this, just to fill up the whole object. So we're just dividing each of the shapes in the form of rectangle or a triangle. So just select, click, and make rectangles just like this. Make sure that it's complete shape. We'll go down next, click. It's all about dividing this shape in basic shapes. So I'm just dividing each of this in the form of rectangle, and if it's necessary, we'll change to triangle as well. So just make sure you are doing this step. It's very important. By dividing this in the form of the rectangle, you can give this color shade. It will be very easy to give that feel. Over here as well, click, and here, if you can see here, we have got some rectangle triangles. So I'll just make sure to add a triangle here, this. Here we'll complete it with the remaining triangle just to fill up that space. Same goes for the rest of the design. So we'll go over here and I'll make a triangle, and same here just to complete that shape. Over here also we'll divide it into two triangles, and we'll complete the remaining shape with the triangle. Now for the lower one, if you see, we have divided this into smaller section just to give that details. So let's add this detail. So just make a bigger rectangle like that and fill it, and here we'll make it smaller just like this. So just the neck portion. So if you check out over here, if we do the same in the perspective view, we did the same for falling process. I just divided each layers in triangles and rectangles, and later on I filled the similar colors, and it gives you that similar feature. So we'll go over here, let's finish it off here also, and we'll make it like this. Now let's go down. We'll add this neck portion. So let's try it out. So we'll begin from here, then around here. We'll do this from here as well. Over here we have subdivided into smaller sections just to add some more details. So I'll just click, then click. So we got a rectangle here, add a triangle around here like this. Then we'll add one rectangle around here, that, and this small section will add one triangle. We are making sure that there are a few numbers of rectangles and triangles just to make sure that if when you apply the color, it gives you that volume. So after that, let's draw this body section. So just for the lower portion, we'll do the same for this middle section. And make sure that when you click, just click once so that we get that pointed angle in the corner. So we'll follow it for the bottom as well, and done. We'll just make sure this shape is good. So we'll leave it just like that. We'll make sure the feather is also done, and we'll make sure we draw the legs. So let's draw the feather first. So I'll just click. For the top portion, we'll add a triangle. I will add one more small pieces on top. So I'll just add, as we go down, we'll add few more details. And for the tail portion, just add this triangle, this and this. So we got that 3 pieces for the tail. Let's see. Fine. And let's add that beak portion. So I'll just draw the pen tool, click. For the leg portion, let's try it out. So I'll add one shape over here. So if you check out over here, I added 3 pieces, so just to give that volume, let's do that, drawing out a small portion of it like that. And let's add this shape. So lower portion, just finish it off like this and just complete the shape. Do the same for the second leg, finish it off. So we got the leg portion, the head, the tail, everything has been divided into smaller sections. Once you have done that, what we can do is we can fill this up with the colors. So I'll show you how I have started with. So for the first top region, we can but before this, what we can do is we can do some adjustments with the shape. So with the direct selection tool selected, you can directly select the points and make some adjustments, click and drag and tweak the shapes. So once you get that shape of the bird and the over here we need to add some more rectangles. We can do that later on, and here we need to add these pieces. So let's draw it out. So I'll use the pen tool, create a shape just like this, do the same for the third piece, and now let's fill up the color. So for the top portion, we'll pick the color from here. So I'll just pick some bright color just like this over here. This one, it's this color. If you want to check out the color, you can just go over here, and this is the color code I have used. I'll be sharing this color palette so you can check out which color I have used. So I'll be doing this in a fast pace just to show you how we can achieve this color combination. So for the second, I chose this, and for this top piece I chose this color. Let's fill this up. So selecting each of the pieces, fill up the color, this color, and we'll make it this color darker, this one, and for this we'll give more darker. Let's pick that color, this is the color, and after that here we have added some light colors. As you can see, the light is coming from this side. Here it's brighter, and as we go on the edges it's become darker. So we are just following the light shades. So over here we need some lighter color, so pick a little lighter color just like this, and let's select this one, picker, and here we will be adding some more darker color. So here we can pick this color or maybe this color just like this, and just select these color shapes. Here we'll be adding some light color just like this. So let's select the shape and apply the color, this one. Then for the corner we'll make it more darker, this color, this is the color, dark color. So let's do this, select this color, I'll fill this up with dark color, then selecting this triangle, little lighter color just like this. This top triangle will apply dark color just like this, maybe this one color. You can use the same dark color over here. So I'll be picking this dark color, and selecting this other triangle will pick the lighter color. Do this for all the other shapes, dark and then this light color. And for this one you can directly give any color just to make sure that it's different. And over here if you check it out, we got some gap over here. This one, okay, you can see it's not pointed, it's curved. So use the anchor point tool and just click on it just to make sure it's pointed just like that, and it will fill that up gap. So now we'll continue with the process. Select each of the shapes, and with the eye picker, for this one we'll be using this bright color. Then for the second shape, this one, third, this, fourth shape, this, and for as we go down this will be darker shades. So select that, select this shape, and we'll be applying some gray color just like this. For this one, dark color, maybe black. This one, I'll pick this color. For this one, we'll be using some dark blue color similar to this, and last piece very dark like that, black or a dark color just like that. After this we'll fill this up with this background color. So we're using these color shades. So as you can see, it's shades of color, yellow color. So select each of the pieces. I'll select this, and with the eye picker just pick this color, then select this rectangle, pick this color, select this rectangle and pick this color. Select the other bottom one, this one, pick this color, and this bottom last piece, pick this color. So filling that color with the yellow shades. Now let's fill this up with the feather, this wing portion. So select the triangle, and for this we'll be using the blue color. So I have to choose this color. So here's the color, and this main section, we'll fill this up with dark blue, so this one, and this last triangle, we'll fill this up with faded blue, so we can fill this up with this color. Let's continue with this. Apply some dark blue color, faded. Then this one, we'll apply some faded blue color, so I'll choose this color. For the top one, we're making some little like depth, so I'm applying some dark color, so we can apply this the color, or maybe this color. I got that, so this I have applied this color. You can apply any of the darker color, or you can just reduce the intensity of the color just to make sure that you get this effect. So I just apply that darker color. Let's select this piece, last piece, and we'll apply the same dark color just to give some depth. We can pick any darker tone like that, and let's add the color for the tail. So I just select this and apply this dark color like that. This one, if you zoom it in, you can see it's shades, so with black, then little lighter blue and light blue. So let's do that. So black, then little lighter blue. I'll just pick some blue color. Okay, and for the last piece, light blue, faded blue color, or from here, I think it's here like this. So this is the color tone we have given to the tail. And for the leg portion, let's apply the colors. So we'll be using the same color, yellow color shades. I'll pick the color from here, just pick, and this one, pick the bright color, and this one, side portion, we have added this yellow dark color just to give that depth. And for this leg, I'll add this color. For this other piece, we'll add some dark color, just like that. And now let's add these little details that's left out. So we'll select the peak, and I'll just fill this up with this color, and this color you'll find it over here, around here like this one. And for this neck details, I'll be using some dark color. We'll be using, so you can pick any dark color from here. For this small piece, we'll be applying dark blue color, so you can choose this. And this one, we can add this color similar to this. We can do a little more adjustments. So first of all, I'll hide out the background. So this shape, I'll just unlock it, and I'll just remove this aside. I'll add a background rectangle. I'll just bring it over here and place it somewhere around here just to add the background color. And selecting this, I'll just deselect the background and place it somewhere around here, and I'll scale down a little bit just to match the size of the bird. And we'll do some tweaking over here just to maintain the volume. Here, as you can see, there's some drop shadow for the wings, and here also there are some drop shadow, and we got some edge glow on the peak. So let's add that. So we'll do that using the shapes. So I'll just draw some shapes. Let's draw some shapes. Click, click, here, around here, and here. And I'll pick the color this and arrange it to back like that. And I can change the color. So I'll pick this shape and apply some dark color, and this is the color code I have used for the shadow. So we can do that. And here also, I'll just create a duplicate of this, just duplicate and arrange it to back, and I'll apply some dark color and filter, blur, Gaussian blur, this one, and reduce the blur value a little bit like that. Okay, and change the blend mode to multiply and reduce the opacity just like that, just to add some depth. And if you check out our original design, I have added some drop shadow, and let's see how it looks. So this is here, some drop shadow. We can adjust the opacity just to balance our design like that. We can do this same step over here as well. Just filter, Gaussian blur, arrange it to back, reduce the opacity, then reduce the opacity. And if you feel that the blurriness value is too high, you can just go there in their appearance and go to blur, Gaussian blur, and reduce the blur value like this, and increase the opacity just to see the effect. Over here, I'll just reduce blur value. I'll go over here, reduce the blur value, and adjust the opacity like this. I'll just add one edge over here, arrange it to back, and add a color, similar bright color, just like that. And we added that nice edge line along the peak. I'll make sure that it's properly aligned. And here we go, we have created this nice low poly bird, and we'll create out this background. And it's very simple, it's all basic shapes. As you can see, you can just directly draw it out. So let's draw it out. So for the first shape, I'll just go along this, I'll change it to outline, few more sections just to give the light shades. So click and we'll just follow along the shape and just complete this shape. So I'm adding a thin layer of darkness just to give that shade depth. And here we go, this is the shape. And let's apply the color. So select the shape, apply the bright color. So you can choose from here or from here, just like bright color, or I'll just pick it from here. Just pick the color gray, light gray color. Then for the last piece I have given the dark blue color. This one added some light gray color over here. We'll do some adjustment with the feet of the bird. So we'll select the feet of the bird and we'll do some tweaking. So I'll just make sure it's feel like it's grabbing it. I will do the same for the other. And if you want to add some drop shadow, you can easily do that. Let's select this, just click, drag and create a shape down there. Arrange it to back, apply some dark color like this, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, preview it and click OK. We'll change the blend mode to multiply and reduce the opacity. So reduce the opacity similar to this. We'll do the same for the other shape. Just click, drag, filter, blur, Gaussian blur and apply, then reduce the opacity and change the blend mode to multiply and arrange it to back. Let's see if it looks great. So if you check out, we got some drop shadow. We can anytime increase the opacity just to add more drop shadow. Same over here, just add more drop shadow. And if you check out, it feels like it's giving that feel of depth. And now we'll add these background details. So it's very easy. I have used the pen tool and drawn some branches just like this, just random shape like that. I'll draw a few more and we can add a few more branches if you want. After that I have added some triangular shapes. So let's add some triangular shapes like this. And let's fill this up with the color. So for the trees I have given some dark color. So selecting these trees, pick a color, this darker color, and I just group this up. And for the triangular shapes, so select the triangular shapes, light blue color similar to this, and I'll just group this up. And let's arrange it to back of the bird. So let's arrange it back. So with the command control press, just arrange it to back. Select the groups and arrange it back. And once you have arranged it to back our shape, we'll add this shape also. This is some blurry circles, so it's like a flower. So we'll draw some of these using this ellipse tool. Just draw one circle. Let's fill this up with this color. This is red and magenta mixed. This is the color code, so we'll be using it. And I'll just duplicate for multiple number of times. So let's duplicate it. And then after you have selected them all, group them up, command control G. And now I'll place it to the back as well. So I'll arrange it to back of the bird like that. And now we'll apply some blur value. So first of all, for the background I have added some light blue color. This is the color code I have used, and later on I have added this. So now if you check out over here, the triangular shapes are more blur than the trees. So I'll just select this and filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and add some blur. So I'll go over here and preview it. Let's increase the blur value just to see if it looks just like this. So we'll increase it. So I think this looks great. I'll arrange it to back of the tree like that. And for the tree branches, I selected effect, blur, Gaussian blur, and let's preview it. So it's very blur. We need some details, so I'll just reduce the blur value around maybe 35 and click OK. Let's see. Okay, this looks great. Now I'll select these circles, do the same, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and for this I'll reduce the blur value 20 and click OK. Let's see. Yeah, that looks great. And I'll just create one more duplicate, command control C, command control F, and I'll change the blend mode. So I'll go to opacity and change the blend mode to overlay, and this will give us some glow effect. I'll reduce the opacity a little bit, around 50, just to give that. And here we go, I have added a nice background. And if you want to blur it more, select the circles, this one, go to blur, Gaussian blur, and increase it to 26, and let's see. Yeah, this looks great. So if you check it over here, this is our sketch from where we have begun, and this is our final output. which we have created. So if you check out, we have just used this sketch and divided into sections of shapes, and after that I have used these shades of color and just applied it according to the light. As you can see, this center portion is the brightest, and as you go on the edges we have added some darker tone, and we have played around with the shades of the color just to make sure it gives that interesting depth. And following the same step, I have created this other design as well using the same color code and with a different bird, and it gives you that same effect. And after that, adding a background is very simple. For that you don't need to create detailed shape, just basic shape and blur it out, and it will give you that cool design. To remove this outline, I'll create duplicate of this background shape, Command Control C, Command Control F, and arrange it to front. And what I'll do is I select everything first, deselecting the background, and group it up. Then I'll just select this and place it on top, and selecting them all, make clipping mask, and here we go, we got a nice design over here. And this is how we can create low poly art in Adobe Illustrator. And in the next tutorial we'll look at how we can create under design, under illustration, using the same concept of low poly, and create out some cool design just like this. We'll learn how you can like use the color shades, and in this tutorial I'll also show you how we can develop a grading color similar to this and use it in your color design. So like you need 3 colors, light, mid-tone and the darkest tone, and create a gradient color similar to this, and you can use that gradient and apply it to your design and create out some outstanding illustration. Lastly, I want to shout out to Yellow Images for supporting this channel by sponsoring this video, and they have given me 200 coupons that you can claim today. These coupons are limited, so first come first serve. So get your 30% off with a coupon CREATNP. The link is in the description, so just go and check it out if there's something that you can use in your next project. I hope you find the products useful. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Don't forget to check out the next tutorial coming up, and if you want more updates on designing, don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you.